Hello everybody! Today I am going to recite the poem Fern Hill by Dylan Thomas, and then I am going to give my personal response. Fern Hill by Dylan Thomas. Now, as I was young and easy under the apple bough, about the lilting house and happy as the grass was green, the night above the dingle starry, time let me hail and climb, golden in the heydays of his eyes, and honored among wagons I was prince of the apple towns. And once below a time I lordly had the trees and leaves, trailed with daisies and barley, down the rivers of the windfall light. And as was green and carefree, famous among the barns, about the happy yard, and singing as the farm was home, in the sun that is young once only, time let me play and be, golden in the mercy of his means, and green and golden I was huntsman and herdsman, the calves. Sun to my horn, the foxes on the hills barked clear and cold, and the Sabbath ran slowly in the pebbles of the holy streams. All the sun long it was running, it was lovely the hay, fields high as the house, the tombs from the chimneys, it was air, and playing, lovely and watery, and fire green as grass, and nightly under the simple stars. As I rode to sleep, the owls were bearing the farm away. All the moon long I heard, blessed among stables, the nightjars, flying with the ricks and the horses, flashing into the dark. And then to awake, and the farm like a wanderer white, with the dew come back, the cock on his shoulder, it was all shining, it was Eden and maiden. The sky gathered again, and the sun grew round that very day. So it must have been after the birth of the simple light, in the first spinning place, the spellbound horses walking warm, out of the winning green stable, onto the fields of praise. And honored among foxes and pheasants by the gay house, under the new-made clouds, and happy as the heart was long, in the sun born over and over, around my hero's ways, my wishes raced through the house-high hay, and nothing I cared of my sky-blue trace that time allows, in all his tuneful turning so few and such morning suns, before the children green and golden follow him out of grace. Nothing I cared in the languid days that time would take me, up to the swallow throne, loved by the shadow of my hand, in the moon that is always rising, nor that riding to sleep I should hear him fly with the high fields, and wake to the farm forever fled from the childless land. Oh, as I was young and easy in the mercy of his means, time held me green and dying, though I sank in my chains like the sea. Now I am going to give my personal response to this poem. In this poem, Dylan Thomas, in stanzas 1 to 3, talks about his experience of his childhood living on the farm. It expresses the beginning of his life, discovering the surroundings. He has curiosity to know new things. He has freedom to run around and be himself. He describes his childhood full of color, music, and beauty. He expresses and he remembers his happy innocence under the apple bough, down the rivers, playing and under the stars, flying with the ricks and the horses splashing into the dark. He describes himself like a child wasting time, skipping stones in a stream on Sunday afternoon. The child is in complete union with the nature. I think that one of the best stages in our life is the childhood, because we are free of worries, We don't think about what to eat, what is missing in the house, what we are going to dress, what we are going to buy. We don't focus on the problems of life, and we think only and enjoy the present. Playing everywhere, making new friends, we are discovering new things. In the fourth stanza, the poet mentions Adam and maiden, eluding the biblical Adam. He compares the form to the first light of Adam. He describes an awakening and initiates into the world of maturity. In other words, with age comes the loss of innocence. Adults are full of responsibilities, like to work every day, to take care of the children, and many more. When he grows, he begins to have a new appreciation for the new day. At the end of the poem, he no longer sees his life in time as free. He is now constricted and imprisoned by time itself. As a conclusion, in this poem, the author shows the beauty of childhood and the differences in the adulthood, because when it comes, the man suffers from agony. The poem portrays the birth or death of life. Thank you very much for your attention.